All right, it's been a little while since I've done a drive and talk video, but I was inspired by something recently that I saw, and that is Child Ped Patrol West Virginia, or WV. And they've done something in this predator catcher YouTube space that I've never seen before, and I'm going to get into that shortly. Let me describe them first of all. They're very much like the others I've mentioned. Same template, decoy, chat logs, either go to the predator's home or work or wherever, ambush them, show them the evidence, give them a Sophie's choice, call your wife, or I'm calling the police. And generally they do that. That point of all of these videos, when the predators are given that choice, is the most intense part of these catches. The anxiety that goes through their minds of having to tell their wife not only that they were engaged in an affair online, but not only that, it's with an underage child, and it usually in these videos ends up being around 13. And there's no excuse. I mean, these guys are, most of the time it really seems like they're just living a complete double life. What they do online and on their own time trying to meet up, their wives have no idea. And it's heartbreaking to hear it unfold. I've wondered to myself, is this worth breaking up a family over? Because you're seeing it happen. Literally, it's not just the predator whose life will be changed by their own doing, but the innocent people that are connected to them, the predators, such as their wife, their children, their family, they didn't ask for any of this. They didn't even know this was going on. So their lives change the moment they get the same notice, and it's something that they have to unpack, they have to figure out, they have to process. So the amount of lives being changed because of these catches on YouTube are numerous, and not only that, but the financial aspects of it. The fact that often a lot of the men that are caught are financial providers in one form or another to the family that they have, and they're going to jail, and they're going to be caught up in the legal system. They're being made public. They're going to get fired. So the wife and kids get affected by that. But all those questions were kind of answered by Child Ped Patrol WV with a catch they had. And what they did, which I've never seen done, as I said before in this space, they interviewed the wife about 3 months later. And I've never heard that before. I've never gotten that perspective, because you always wonder what happened after. You know, often the wives will go back based on what I've heard. So it seems few of them leave. We can discuss why that may or may not be. But this particular case, the guy was about early 30s, nasty chat logs, really disgusting. No doubt what his intent was. Very graphic, as I said. And they go to his house. He comes out. Of course, he denies, oh, my phone was hacked. It's the standard stuff. Then when he realizes that they have the chat logs, they know everything, they start fessing up, because the way it's proposed to them, look, either be honest or this is going to be worse for you. But what they're really saying is confess on camera. And they do, because once again, it's another Sophie's choice. They have to choose, well, maybe I can trust them and tell them everything and they'll let me go, and they'll keep their word that they won't call the cops. But they always do. And predators don't know that if they've never seen the channels, and most of the time they haven't. So his wife is inside sleeping, as he put it, and he did not want to wake her up. They fought him on it. Finally, she comes out. They have 3 kids, basically a newborn. And here's the kicker. When she was delivering, she had major complications, lost a lot of blood. He was out doing this stuff. Wasn't even at the hospital. They figured this out on dates and timestamps. So it just shows you what kind of guy this is. And she's just distraught. She can't believe it. You know, she gets told the news. He's not only cheating on you, but here's some chat logs. And it was with what appeared to be a 13-year-old to him. You know, this was one of the rare ones where he's at home and his wife's home, and she comes out and you see it unfold on camera. Often it's done over the phone, and you could hear the wife's reaction over the phone. Long story short, he is now in the justice system awaiting sentencing or a trial, or I'm not sure where it goes from here, but he had to post bail, and he did, from what I heard from the interview, and I'm going to get into that as well. So they talked to her on the phone. No, it was a Zoom interview. She said that it took her some time to really process it. You know, she said that he was saying, oh, they set me up, they edited this or that or the other. He, you know, was trying everything. But she divorced him. She filed for divorce. She's in very dire straits financially because of it. More than likely, he will probably serve some jail time. But after that, you know, the custody issue, and more than likely, it'd be a supervised visitation to his kids. They asked her a very good question. Actually, 2 questions. And there were 2 questions that I would ask. Number 1, did he ever have the propensity to do this? Did you ever think that he would do this? And her answer was not with children, but early on in their marriage, they were married 10 years, that he did cheat on her. The other question was, you know, like I said, he had 3 young kids. One was a girl. And they asked her, do you think I mean, it's a legitimate question. He obviously has a thing for children, teenagers, young teenagers, preteen, whatever. And she said, you know, at first I thought no way, but as time went on, I'm not sure. And she's going to have her daughter checked out, whatever that means. I assume talk to a therapist or the professionals to see if anything like that did occur, so she can then know how to move forward, her and her daughter. So it's some heavy stuff. It's sad, fascinating, and when I use that word fascinating, it's not always a good fascination. There's a reason these pedophile patrol type YouTube stings are popular. I mean, they get a lot of views, and obviously other people are just as enthralled in it as I am. I'm really interested in the sickness in a way, but how the double life aspect of it, and how men literally will throw away not only their lives, but the lives of their loved ones. I don't understand how they pull the trigger and are this disgusting or sick. It definitely seems, on all the many hours I've watched from various Ped Patrol channels, that these are guys that are just perverted. Some of them molested. That does come up. But they're well within their faculties to make the decision to do what they're doing. And they're smart enough to try to get away with it. But they still take the risk. And that's the scary thing. So back to my question, is it worth it? Yes. Whether this time it is a decoy that they're talking to, but more times than not, they've done it before and they'll do it again to our real children. And that's why. It's as simple as that. Watch your kids, watch what they're doing online, keep an eye on them, be a helicopter parent, as my wife likes to call me at times. Please like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.